Hey guys, I just want to talk to you a little bit today about some of the different categories that you're going to be utilizing for organizing your database. The first one we're going to be using is called PCSOI. That stands for Past Clients Sphere of Influence. These are going to be people that if you saw them in public and they saw you, they'd recognize you. Y'all recognize each other. These are going to be the people that typically when you run into them, you're like, hey, we should do coffee. And then you either do or you don't. But those are going to be the main people that are going to make up your PCSOI. One of the big distinguishing factors that helps you organize this and set those people in that category is going to be if they're within 40 miles of your location. So wherever you're living, if they're within 40 miles, we're going to put them in as a PCSOI. These are going to be some of the people that we get the most contact to. These are going to be the most involved out of the categories that we're going to have. Other than obviously our leads, we're going to be working, but outside of that, these are going to be people that we are really trying to work with. Obviously past clients are going to be a big deal, but you're also going to be using your sphere of influence to hopefully build your network and obviously create more sales in the long run. The second one is going to be hot leads. Hot leads, these are people that are looking to buy within 0 to 30 days. When we look in our KV core and then we start adding people, we're just going to put in that's lead. Status sphere. So we're going to put this in here. Oh, busted. Make sure I own this. So you always want to make sure you own it when you're adding somebody here. Oh, that's fine. But where we're going to put these different categories is going to be under hashtags. So in here, you can put PCSOI, and that should pop up for you. If it doesn't, just press enter. It'll create it for you. In here, we could put hot leads. So hot lead, you want to make sure that if you have to create it, that you're having it say also 0 to 30 days. That way you don't have to second guess yourself when you're putting these in. The next one is going to be lead. Oops. And a lead is going to be somebody that is between 45 and 180 days. And the final, not the final one, but the second to final one is going to be our suspects. So these are people, if you are familiar with other ranking systems, this might be somebody that is considered a D. That's going to be somebody, if you're going in an alphabetical ranking of A, B, C, D, D is typically referred to as delete. So these are people that are on the cusp of either they're not going to buy for a long time, or you may not ever sell them anything, but you want to keep in contact just in case. So we usually set these people up on an email campaign and just let it go. Anybody that's in your database needs to have one of these categories. Now, on top of that, suspects have no other categories. So suspects are going to be 180 and over. They don't have any other categories that they would be a part of. However, you can have somebody that's in your PCSOI that also is a hot lead. So if you have a friend that calls you and they're saying, hey, I'm ready to buy, I know you're in real estate and I wanted you to help me out. You can, at that point, I mean, realistically, they're going to be already a PCSOI, and then you're going to have hot lead as well. If it's somebody that's, working on credit or trying to get some stuff figured out financially to go ahead and purchase, then what you're going to do is put them under leads. And that will be somebody that's, in that 45 to 180 day range. If it's somebody that bought in the past and maybe they're looking to resell, then obviously they're going to be under PCSOI. Again, that's past clients sphere of influence. The last category that we have is going to be called advocates. So these are going to be your top 10 PCSOI. So out of all the PCSOI clients you have, you're going to have these, which are going to be your top 10. These are people that are most likely to send you business. And so they're going to help you by referring people to you. If you have somebody that's referred somebody to you, you may throw them in your advocates, because you want to make sure that you reach out and touch base with them and make sure that there's still somebody that's happy with you, obviously, but obviously you want to make sure that they're going to still be able to send you business. So these categories, what you need to do is take every single contact in your cell phone, every single contact that you've already got uploaded to your CRM, and everything needs to end up in your CRM, and every single contact in your database needs to have one of these tags. Again, I said you could have 2 tags on everything but suspects. Obviously a hot lead is not the same as a lead. So, if there is somebody that's a PCSOI, make sure that you either label them as a hot lead or a lead, or just PCSOI or advocate. If they're a suspect, they don't get any other tags. That's so we can narrow these down and set up different tabs. And I'll show you that in the next video on how to set up tabs so that you can quickly get to these people. But once you've got these set up, then we're going to take our next step and start utilizing these, or set up to be utilizing these. So I'll show you that in the next video. Outside of that, let's get this rolling. And this is something that if you work on, just put in 30 to 45 minutes a week, or I'm sorry, a day. So 30 to 45 minutes a day on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Be putting in 3.5, 4 hours in one big block. That way you can make sure that you're preparing yourself for success. So once we get all this stuff in, and you have all of your or not clients, but all of your people, your contacts, you have them all labeled, that will help us decide how we're going to market to those people. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, go get them.